Greetings everyone, Tarot from the Divine here with another general reading for the collective. So let's see what we've got going on. We're going to do like we did last time, and we're going to start out with some dates and some months and dates, which can also be the numbers. That way, you know, everybody else always waits till the end. I'm going to do it at the beginning. I think it will give a better reading, you know, if the cards know a time frame, then they may give a more accurate reading. I don't know. That could just be me too. So, and we're going to put the numbers over here this time. Last time we put them in the middle. This time we're going to put them off to the side. So we have March, June, December, okay, October, all right. So we have the months of March, June, October, and December. And then for the numbers, we have the number 2, the number 8, and you can always pause anywhere in the video and zoom in. The number 11 twice, so 1111, and then 16, 18, oh, we have 12, 16, 17, 18 twice, so 18, 18, 21, 23, 30, and 31. So we've got the months of March, June, October, and December with the dates of 2, 8, 11, emphasis 12, 16, 17, emphasis on 18, 21, 23, 30, and 31. So that may be a time frame for this reading. Okay? So we are going to now get the overarching energy, and we're using the Kipper for that. What are we going to, distant past, please? I flipped those over. Okay. So we have sudden wealth. So someone has received some sudden wealth in the distant past. Recent past is adjudication, but it's in the reverse. So I'm going to leave it that way. Present. Is a gift. Oh, and unexpected income. And then distant future. Is community. Okay. So, distant past is sudden wealth. And then adjudication in the reverse. And then a gift, which can be spiritual or physical, because see, the hands are are coming down, so that to me sometimes is a spiritual gift. Okay, and then unexpected income typically is like a bonus or like a bingo win, or just something, nothing super life changing, but it's unexpected income. Maybe you find some money, or maybe it could even be $20 in a coat pocket. All right, and then something about the community. So these cards have been through the big shuffle. I have no idea where any of them are, or what order they're in, or what direction they're facing, because I did the whole move them around and all of that. So I have no idea what I've got going on here. So what about this sudden wealth? Okay, we've got two cards. First card is the Page of Wands. Fun and adventure, maintain composure, fresh ideas, vitality, and energy. A page is a young energy. It's youthful. It can be a little bit on the naive side, like a childlike energy where they see the adventure and possibility in everything, and they go into everything with eyes wide open and looking at all the wonderment, okay? Goals, creativity, and passions. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So with the sudden wealth, you decided to have some fun and adventure. Maybe buy a new toy. Maybe you bought yourself a new toy, maybe a new car, or a new something. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So ego, narcissism, codependency, needy. You need to seek self-care. So this money, this unexpected income, or this sudden wealth, you went and bought a new toy, or whoever this is, it's water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's about obstacles, final hurdles, and reflections, but it's in the reverse. So this sudden wealth kind of made somebody, what money does to people, gives them what they call a big ego, makes them maybe a little narcissistic, of like, do you know who I am type energy. So they need to seek some self-care on that. What else, Spirit? Alright, we've got the Hermit in the reverse, so coming out of hiding, sharing their knowledge, don't be afraid, analysis and solitude, but they're coming out of that. So maybe they were a hermit for a while, and now they're coming out of it. Not too many. That's still quite a few, but we've got the Devil in the reverse, so giving up bad habits, or trying to break free from negative, something holding you back. In one leap, you can be free. This is about restriction and addiction. Capricorn energy. So someone's trying to break a bad habit. Maybe it's this narcissistic, what's happened to them since they got their sudden wealth. Maybe they don't like what they see anymore. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Success earned, maintain good relationships, bring returning affection. It's about completion. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it's money, material possessions, career, and health. So they had this sudden wealth, and it's able to bring them financial happiness. They've earned this success. The Five of Wands in the reverse. There's some sort of a conflict that someone needs to work together on to end it, and I have a feeling it has to do with this, the behavior that came as a result of receiving this sudden wealth. Now they have to work together to overcome it, and possibly even just agreeing to disagree, some type of a compromise. Then we have the Queen of Wands. This could be someone that lives alone. They're confident. They could be a seer. They're fearless, ambitious, and independent. They're strong and capable. Queens are about feelings, relationships, and self-expression. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And it's about goals, creativity, and passions. So this could be the person that received the money and it changed them. Okay, and they need to get back to who they were. Now, what about this judication in the reverse? Okay, we've got the Eight of Cups, feeling restless, time to go with the flow or move on. What you seek is already available to you. Cups is emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. This is about action and accomplishment. So if someone is feeling restless and wants to move on, maybe some sort of a judgment went against them. I'm not seeing anything other than that about legal issues, but let's continue on. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Something's spinning out of control. They need to surrender to fate. They're not having good luck. It's Jupiter energy, fire sign. So ever since they've had this is the distant past, and this is what they need to do, but it doesn't look like they're doing it, and so things are spinning out of control. They're having bad luck. That would be the judication in the reverse. Things are going against them. It's not going their way. What else about this judication in the reverse? All right, we've got the Nine of Wands, which is you are safe, keep up your courage, persistence and strength. Reward is close, but keep on the lookout. So someone's having a run of bad luck, but keep on the lookout and just keep your head down and keep, be persistent. And the reward is close, but like I said, keep a lookout. Then we have the King of Pentacles, which is a provider. They're successful, abundant. Don't be wasteful with what you have. So this could be a lesson from that sudden wealth. Don't be wasteful with it. Kings are about results and practicality. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Money, material possessions, career, and health. Okay. So yeah, you may be having some stuff go against you, or whoever this is. This may not be you, collective. This may be someone else. Because typically these readings are about everyone around you, not necessarily you. And the King of Wands, or the King of Pentacles, that's someone who's financially stable, financially secure. Anything else on this? All right, we've got the Lovers, Air Gemini influence. It's about love and decisions. Follow the wisdom of your heart. It's perfect harmony, choices. So that goes sort of hand in hand with having to decide to you have to work together to end the conflict. And if once you end the conflict, or even just agree to disagree, then you can get into the perfect harmony with your relationship. And then we have the Six of Swords, which is time to calm down and move on. Put a rough situation behind you. So that could be this string of bad luck that, has been going on. This is the recent past. So you could just be coming out of it. You may not realize that it's coming to an end. It may not look like it, but it looks like it's coming to an end. What do we have for the gift for the present? Is this a spiritual or a monetary? What is this gift? Okay, so the gift is, see here, we have the Six of Wands, lack of self-confidence, delays, setbacks, possible bad luck. Here we are with the bad luck again, and the answer is no at this time. Goals, creativity, and passions, harmony and communication, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius influence. Okay, so this cycle isn't quite done yet. Then we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. You're too focused on the reward or the gift. Do the work necessary to clear the concerning matters. Okay, so it's emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. It's about completion, so you need to finish something. There's something that you need to finish. You need to finish doing the work in order for the reward to come. What else? We have the Three of Swords. So it's a betrayal, emotional pain. Pain is something sometimes necessary for growth. It's growth and teamwork. So thoughts, communication, and logic. So I'm not really thinking so much that this is betrayal as much as it is you're trying to work to get your relationship back after receiving this money, or whoever this is I'm talking to. You received this money, this sudden wealth, turned you into kind of a jerk. You got all up in your ego and, got all narcissistic and stuff, and that it caused a problem. And so now you're having to work on that, right? And you have to work with someone else, probably your partner or family, something, in order to get the relationship back, okay? So there's a betrayal of trust there. Now, this may be their viewpoint. This betrayal. They may have feel like you betrayed them, you know? Maybe they were expecting something and you got all up in your ego and, you know, thought you were all that. And so now you're having to backtrack. Things are going badly for you. You're having bad luck because you've gotten off your path somewhat. You're not completely astray, but you've taken a side detour. And you have to get back to where you were, and you have to work on that. So this could be the other parties involved. Remember, this isn't all about you. This, like I said before, this is, you know, the energies around you as well. And I have a feeling that this is the energy around you that's feeling betrayed. Okay, so the gift could be that you need to build up your self-confidence, and you're too focused on the reward. So you need to not be so reward driven as be more driven about rebuilding what relationship damage there is. And once you get that, then the reward will come. But you can't do it because of the reward. You know the reward's out there, but the reward can't be the reason. The reason has to be the relationship and the damage that has been done, fixing that. That has to be the focus. And once that's repaired, then the reward can come through. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Unable to attain goals, reconsider your approach, follow through. That's what I've just been saying. This is an immature energy. It's being approached, immaturely, sort of like, well, I can just see it. They're going around, kind of like kicking their toe on the ground and, oh, shucks, and if I have to, and okay, and, I don't want to, but okay, and, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not showing true effort. So what else, Spirit? Okay, so let's go on to the unexpected income. What is that about? That is too many. We'll just keep going, thank you. If they're supposed to come out, they will. We've got the Ace of Cups. Now the Ace of Cups is think good thoughts, big love, healing. So the sudden income, this could be a new beginning or opportunity for your relationship. Okay? And it's emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. So this is in the immediate future. So you've got to get past this, and get your focus off of the reward, and then there could be a new opportunity for your relationship. What else? I don't want to say too much ahead of time, but You got to get things turned around in your emotional life, because your emotions play out in your physical life. They just do. So what else about this unexpected income? Death in the reverse. So someone's being resistant to change. They're refusing to move forward. But swift change brings new beginnings. This is the word that's coming to mind is undeniable, but that's not the word that I want to use. This is going to happen, okay? You're not going to change it. You're not going to be able to avoid it. In the reverse, it's not going to be as severe or significant, but there is a transformation, a change. But every time that you have a death, remember, you have a new beginning. So someone doesn't want to let go of what they were doing, or how they were doing something, or it may be that they have to give up some of that sudden wealth in order to, pay for possibly therapy or something like that, in order to reach the point where their relationship is repaired, so that they can receive the gift, so that the gift is the relationship repair, okay? And so going forward, then the sudden wealth, the relationship could be receiving a new something, which will bring about a change. And with a change is a new beginning. Okay, so you can also reverse it just a little bit, that you have to get through all of this relationship, get that repaired, rebuilt, working on yourself, them working on themselves. You have to come to a point of agreement, and then that's the change. Okay, and then it brings about the new opportunity. Okay, but you can't be focused on the reward. You have to be focused on the work ahead of you, so that you build a solid foundation. What else? And it all sounds so common sense, but got the saying, common sense ain't so common. So sometimes we have to be told. Nothing wrong with that. And then we've got the Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, stuck in the past, let it go. You've outgrown people and things that used to define you. It's emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. Harmony, communication, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. You've got to let the past go. No holding grudges. No saying, oh, remember when, don't you remember, when you did this to me? Well, that's why I'm doing this. And, just don't do anything about it, and then we'll be even. Getting even. Getting even is not balancing the scales. Okay? Let's just get that straight. Getting even is not balancing the scales. Getting even is your personal sense of justice, but it's not, all that does is encourage like one-upmanship, because to them it's not even what they did, and then you get even and you apply a little bit extra, because you're going to handle your own karma. Yeah, okay. So let me know how that works out for you. Anything else on that? So the sudden Yeah, sudden income or unexpected income. Looks like it's not going to happen until you get this worked out. What about the community? And the community can be your family, your friends, the actual town you live in, your work, co-workers, clubs or organizations, a local bar, you know, all kinds of communities. The Hierophant. Lessons to be learned. Okay. The Hierophant is about wisdom and prophecy, unity, marriage, and education, Taurus influence. Make the most of your gifts. Okay, and learn your lessons. What else? King of Swords in the reverse. Loss of self-control and mental discipline. Dysfunction, chaos, powerless, sarcastic, critical, and sadistic. It's thoughts, communication, and logic. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Results in practicality or how to do it yourself matters. So you need to learn your lessons. You don't need to go around losing it. And people in the community are seeing you as this, because you still haven't come out of the ego trip. Still haven't come out of that. Still focused on the reward, not on your relationship. You're more focused on who's right, and being able to say I told you so. I bet you're one of those I told you so people, whoever I'm talking to. Page of Cups in the reverse. Irresponsibility, avoidance, all play and no pay. Childish. This is not childlike. This is childish. Someone's got their head in the toilet. Maybe they've been out partying too much all night. Community sees that. That's how the community is seeing you, whoever you are. And I don't believe that this is you, collective. I believe that this is someone around you. And if it is you, then you need to get your head out of your ass. I'm just going to say that. Whoever this is needs to get their head out of their ass. Anything else? We've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Dissatisfaction, not working toward the right reward. The cycle will end after you make changes. Okay? Find your passion. This is money, material, possessions, career, and health, action, and accomplishment. So that Tower in the reverse, this sudden and unexpected income isn't going to happen. This gift isn't going to happen until you change what you're doing. Change your attitude, change your outlook, change your perspective, change how you treat people. Seems like you were a rather likable person until you got that sudden wealth, and it turned you into, into something that people don't like. And this is how the community is seeing you. You're having bad luck. Nothing's working for you right now. So you need to take a step back and see where it went wrong and see what you can do to fix it honestly and earnestly. Because right now they feel betrayed. Okay. I was going to do some what's the tea, but I'm not going to. That message is pretty clear. And again, we're looking at March, June, October, and December. So right now we're between June and October. So we're right in here somewhere. And if you don't change things, now these cards can change. Like I said, nothing is set in stone. These cards are not set in stone. So if you decide to work honestly and earnestly, then your gift will come through. Your unexpected income will come through. The community will see you in a more positive light, but you have to make the decision to make the change. No one else can do it for you. You have to do it. And with that, let's look at the angel guide. See what message we have from them. We have, wow, honesty and communication. Let me get the book open. Hang on, put these back in the box. Okay. So to look where you can see it. There we go. You are being given an opportunity to speak your truth. You have reached a point on your journey where you must be honest with yourself and all those around you. If you are holding anything in or feel you need to share something in order to feel free, know that your angel guide is encouraging you to act on this now. When you share your feelings and speak truthfully, you draw the support and light of the universe into your heart. If you are in a challenging position and find it difficult communicating what is in your heart, call in angels and ask them to support you. They want you to know that when you speak with honesty, you attract experiences that lovingly reflect who you really are. If you feel a person or situation is making you lose a sense of yourself or drawing you away from joy, it's time to speak up and make sure that you are heard. You are being guided to begin by lovingly connecting with your own heart to home in on and honor what you want for yourself and your life. Take time to reflect on what is important to you, where you want to direct your energy, and what your priorities are for the next phase of your journey. It may be that you are fighting against the flow and not wanting to admit to yourself that something is holding you back or dampening your spirit. But angels love you and want you to know that honesty is the best policy for you now. I'm just going to drop that right there. So that's your reading. Thank you all for being here. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. Someone needs to hear this message. I don't know who. But thank you again. And hey, until next time, have a great day.